Hey folks, welcome back to Ed's Garage. Today I want to show you how to add navigation to any vehicle that is currently equipped with just Apple CarPlay, but without your cell phone and without using Apple CarPlay. So the idea behind this video is I recently had a customer that actually didn't own a cell phone, but still wanted to have sort of navigation on his car's screen. Now, I actually do have navigation built into this vehicle, but this will work for anything that basically doesn't have built-in navigation, but does at least have Apple CarPlay. So what's cool about doing it this way is that you don't actually need a phone. You don't need data, you don't need internet, well, other than when you're first setting it up. So you're going to be setting this up at home, and then beyond that, you'll be able to navigate anywhere you want without internet. So to do that, we're going to use the Linkifun GT7. So basically, any of the GT products from Linkifun will work. So check the description below if you want to purchase yourself one of these. Now, these are capable of much more than what we're going to show today, but this video is just for how to use built-in navigation without using internet. So let's get started. We'll unwrap this thing, plug it in, and I'll show you what steps you need to take. All right, so let's have a look at this one in particular. So we got an instruction manual here. This is the actual device itself, and pretty straightforward. It's got an HDMI port on one side. Right here we have a little cover. Underneath the cover is a SD card slot, micro SD card slot, and then a USB-C connection on this side here, and two holes for presumably microphones, because these devices can actually, you can set them up to work with like Google Assistant and such, and also for placing and receiving phone calls through like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or something like that. So basically this is an Android device. So it's going to put Android up on the screen for us, and then we can use that for all sorts of stuff. Let's see what else we got in the box. Now, this particular one, this is the GT7 with, let me see, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of basically storage space, and it's running Android 13. So this is the one that I would recommend, the GT7 with Android 13. However, you don't necessarily need the 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs storage space. You can get the 464, which would be fine as well. All right, so we've got some cables in here. We've got a USB-A to USB-C, which is what we're going to need because this is a USB-A port down here, but it does also come with a USB-C to USB-C cable, and it also comes with an HDMI adapter. So if you want to run HDMI out to like a screen or something like that, you can do so. So pretty neat. All right, so next step is to basically plug the unit in. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, USB-C port, there we go. Let's get that in there. It's a very nice tight connection. All right, plug this in. So you need to plug it into the main USB-C or USB port, the one that you would normally plug a phone into. Looks like we got a couple of lights. Oh, those are actually LEDs there, and check this out. There's a cool little glow of LED light coming out the bottom, and it's actually moving, so that's pretty neat. Okay, so on the screen now, as you can see, it is using the Apple CarPlay communication protocol to connect. So it is going to look kind of like Apple CarPlay. Sorry, it's not going to look like Apple CarPlay, but initially when you first connect it, it's going to start up, and it might actually say Apple CarPlay loading or something like that. The reason it just rebooted is because what it's doing is it's now understood the size of the screen and the aspect ratio. So it's actually rebooting, and it'll reboot in the correct aspect ratio. Now, of course, this is the first run through. All right, there it goes. Sorry, my screen is a little dirty. There we go. So now it's filled out the entire screen here, and you can see it's actually starting Google Maps here. So what's cool about this device is if you want, you can actually put a, sorry, this is not a SD card reader. You can put a SIM card in here and actually provide it with its own internet connection. I believe that is the SIM slot right there. Oh, sorry, there's both. There's an SD card reader slot as well as a SIM slot. And that SIM slot is if you did want to give this, a data plan so that you could use Google Maps. Now with Google Maps, you can download large sections of map and then navigate with that. But what I'm going to recommend is that you actually get to the HERE Maps app. So first off, we are going to need to connect this to internet for now, just while we're here at home. But once we've got what we need, then at that point we won't need internet anymore. So let's see how that's done. So from the main screen, we're going to go to settings. So if you don't see the settings icon right here, I'm going to go ahead and hit this. It's the all apps button. You'll notice all of the apps that come up. So it's pretty cool. There's a bunch of pre-installed apps already. There's some more over here. VLC Media Player is awesome. That'll allow you to play videos and whatnot. You'll notice you can actually play YouTube stuff. So of course, a lot of this does require the internet, but that's not what we're doing today. So let's hit the settings button, and we are going to temporarily connect to the internet. I know it keeps saying I'm not going to use the internet, but I need the internet initially to get the map software installed and download the correct maps. So we're going to go ahead and choose internet here and connect to my network. All right, I've typed in my password here, hit the blue check mark, and there we go. So now we are connected to the internet temporarily here at my house. It's actually picking up a relatively strong signal considering that, we're in the garage right now. So pretty cool. Now, you'll notice that there's no home button on the screen. Now, if I hit my home button in my car, it's just going to take me right out back to here. So this is not helpful. I need to get back into Apple CarPlay. And to get to the home screen from here, basically you'll notice anytime you touch the screen, this little circle pops up. That's actually a button that kind of floats. You can move that around and kind of stick it in places where, it's not in the way. But if I tap that, now I've got a home button here. So I'll hit the home button, and we are now connected to the internet. So I'm going to go ahead and allow notifications here from my nav system map. Skip all this stuff here. Okay, so if I want to use Google Maps, that's right there, but I actually don't want to use Google Maps. So I'm now going to go to the Play Store. So I'll hit the all apps button here again, go to the Play Store. And at this point, I am going to need to log in with my Google account. So if you don't want to use your own Google account with this, that's fine. The apps that we're going to get is completely free. So you could potentially create a secondary Google account that doesn't have any of your personal information or anything like that. But I'm going to go ahead and log into my Google account here because I'm not worried about it. All right, I've gone ahead and put in my user information. So, all right, so I've now logged into my Gmail account on Google Play. But I need to get the correct map software. So the one that I'm going to suggest using is called HERE, literally HERE. And yeah, I think it's called Here We Go. That's right. It used to be just called HERE Maps. Now it's called Here We Go Maps and Navigation. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. All right, so the next app we're going to need is the speech recognition and synthesis app from Google. And now on this particular one, it's already installed, but I'm going to show you what it looks like here. So speech synth, here we go. So if we just do a search for speech synthesis by Google or speech synthesis or something like that. So it's speech recognition and synthesis. Now this particular device actually comes with it pre-installed. However, older versions of the GT series might not. So you'll need to install speech recognition and synthesis. In this case, I'm just going to update it. And then once that's all done, now we're going to go and open up the Here We Go apps. I'm going to go back to the home screen here, and I'm going to find it now. So on this particular device, this is sort of the home screen. This is all customizable if you want, but we're just going to go to the All Apps menu, and we're going to swipe over and find Here We Go. There it is. So open that up for the first time. And we're going to do a quick setup here. We do need to allow the device to access the device's location, or the app, sorry. So we're going to go while using app, yes. And next. We're not going to bother sharing traffic information because it's not going to be online anyway. We're also not going to share improvement stuff as well. So we'll just keep saying don't share, don't share. But we do need to download maps. We're going to hit download maps. And it says, okay, download via Wi-Fi only. Sure, whatever. We got lots of space, so let's download maps. Now we got to choose our location. So we're in North or Central America. We're in Canada, and we're in British Columbia. Now you can actually download. Yeah, we're going to want notifications turned on. You can actually download large sections of the world. Basically, you can even go a whole area right here, which is 2 gigabytes. So I can go through and download exactly, what I want, different provinces in the country, etc. But we're just going to wait for BC to finish here, British Columbia, and then we'll continue on. Now you'll notice the downloader is sort of filling that blue circle up. The darker blue there is the progress indicator. So we just need to wait for that to finish. It's about 324 megabytes, so depending on the speed of your internet connection, this may take a little bit. All right, so once it's done downloading, see it's got a little check mark there. And again, if I wanted to, I could, just click or tap these little icons on the right here to download, maps from other provinces. But pretty simple. So now that that's done downloading, I'm going to back out of here. All the way out. Okay. Close this now. All right, so you can see it says that we're currently online. So I'm just going to tap offline here. All right, so now it says here we go is working offline. But just to give you further indication that it is indeed completely disconnected, I'm going to go back to the home screen, back to our settings, and I'm actually going to shut Wi-Fi off completely. There we go. It's now off. So with no internet connection whatsoever, we're going to be able to navigate using the Here We Go maps. And because I just had that app open, it's actually putting it right here on the left, which is kind of nice. So let's tap that, and there we go. So now we need to put in an address. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we're going to just go, we're going to put in the address of my dealership here. So 45753 Yale Road. Okay, you can see it's actually coming up right here. It's currently in miles. That's fine. We can change this settings to kilometers as well. Go to directions, and it's actually already picked up our location, which is awesome. So the GPS signal is very strong on this because I'm in a garage. Check it out. I'm inside the house, and it's still picking up our location. Now we're disconnected from the internet, so it hasn't used that to pick up the location because I just did this now. It still says right here offline. So it must be picking it up from GPS, so from satellite. So that's pretty cool. So now we can hit this button right here. There we go. Okay, so this should provide voice directions as well, but I think I need to actually start moving for that to happen. But yeah, check this out. So we now have built-in navigation, sort of built-in because we're just using this to do it, but there's no internet connection, and this will work anywhere. Pretty cool. So there you go. Built-in navigation, sort of, and no internet connection required, and you can navigate anywhere that you've downloaded the map to and for. So there you have it. Now I'm going to be making another video about this device because it is capable of so much more. As you can see, I mean, there's a lot going on here. But check it out. It also provides wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And I've even got like temperatures for the device down here, some other icons on the. I mean, there's a lot you can do with this this Android Auto box or Android box. It's not Android Auto. Well, it has Android Auto. Sorry. Now, if you want to have this other stuff on the screen and you want to put Here Maps here or whatever mapping software you decide to use, you can do that. There is actually some customization here. So let's go into the settings again. So I went to the app menu, settings, and then actually, well, this normally comes up like this. You go to navigation setup and then navigation app setup. And now from here, you can actually choose exactly which navigation app you want to use. Now, in this case, I've got the Here We Go one right here. So we'll turn that on, hit OK. And then navigation, launcher navigation widget settings. So we can change that as well. Currently, that's on Google Maps. We're going to go ahead and put that on Here We Go as well. There it is. And then OK. And now if I go back to the home screen, so I'm going to use my little circle button there, home button. So this now will change to Here Maps. There we go. So it came up basically the same way. And as a matter of fact, now I can even do that same sort of thing. I can navigate somewhere right from this screen 45753, Yale Road, there we go, directions, and start. So there we go. So now it's actually doing the navigation, but it's doing it on this little screen here. So that's kind of cool. So now I didn't actually have to go into the HERE Maps software. It's just already on the screen. Of course, we want to make this full screen. Then we're going to have to open up the entire nav app, which we can still do from that screen as well. All right, that's pretty much it. That's all there is to it. So if you do not want to use your cell phone for navigation in your vehicle and you don't have data or a cell phone, then this is a great, easy way to add navigation to your vehicle that didn't come with it. So pretty much any newer car that has Apple CarPlay will be able to do this. So I thought it was pretty cool. Figured I'd share. If that helped you guys out, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for savings on multiple variety of different products using the Ed's Garage discount code, including the GT series products from Linkifun. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.